Hi guys, Sam Day here from DeyTips.com, here with another DeyTips live for you guys. If you guys join me live, then do make sure you ask questions live. Then don't feel like you can't ask questions in the comment section. So if you're watching this and it's not live, then leave your comments in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer your questions as quickly as I can. So as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be speaking about making sales online. Now, for any business, it's all about making sales. You can have a great product, you can have a great service, you can have a great website, but if you're not generating sales, then what does it really mean? That's really the aim of your business, is to be making sales online. So I speak a lot about traffic on my YouTube channel, and I kind of want to break this down to the simplest it can be broken down to really kind of help you guys and to share with you guys the most amount of value possible. So when it comes to making sales online, I'm going to assume that you guys have your product or your service already. So you already know what product it is that you're selling. You already know what service you want to provide. Now you need to start drumming up business. Now you need to start making sales. What do you do? Where do you start? So firstly, I want to speak about websites. So your website sometimes often gets kind of, misrepresented. So there's so many entrepreneurs, so many business owners who do not utilize their website effectively. So your website should serve two main purposes. Your website should generate leads and it should actually drive sales for your business. If your website is not doing these two things, then you really need to take a step back and start thinking about how you can actually create a website that is driving new leads and generating new sales for your business. So how do you do these two things? How do you drive new leads and how do you drive new sales? And why are these two principles so important? Well, in my opinion, the second one, which is driving sales, happens a lot easier if you're able to actually drive leads and nurture your leads. So a lot of entrepreneurs that I speak to, a lot of you guys who message me via email, via Instagram, I'm seeing a lot of common mistakes. So you have your product, you have your service, you have your website, but you have no lead magnet. What's the lead magnet? What's the pull? If you're providing a service, then can you offer a 10% discount in exchange for someone's name and email address? If you're offering a product, can you offer a discount on a product? Or are you accumulating the emails of the people who are actually buying from you? If you're not, then you're missing out on a ton of money. And this is a great way to actually make sales. So one of the things that I say often in my YouTube videos is that the first time someone comes to your website, the very first time someone comes to your website doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make a buying decision that time they come, that time they visit. So you actually need to make sure that you are getting in front of them. You need to make sure that your offer is in front of them, your product is in front of them, your service is in front of them multiple times, more than one time, so that you can actually send out an email to them or make sure that you're available for them when they actually do become in that ready to buy mindset. So I hope what I'm saying is making sense to you guys. Again, do leave your questions in the chat. And if you're watching this after the video has gone live, then do leave your questions in the comments and I'll try and answer it in a future live as well. So one of the key fundamentals to generating sales online to your website is to actually focus on your landing pages. So this is something that often as entrepreneurs, business owners, we don't really speak about. We focus so much on our product. We focus so much on our website in general, and we spend so much time and money on our website, on SEO, and all of these things, but we don't really take the time to really think about our landing pages. And it's the landing pages that's actually going to convert your website visitors into sales. So let's break down some of the most important landing pages that you really want to keep in mind, that you really want to think about. And let's start off by talking about your opt-in page. So an opt-in page is quite simply a page that people come to and they leave their name and email address there. And that's a way for you to accumulate leads for your business. So your business should have at least one, if not multiple, lead magnets. So if you don't magnet for your business, I'm going to be explaining how you can create a lead magnet for your business, or multiple lead magnets for your business, so that you can actually be driving leads to your business almost on autopilot. And off of the back of that, that will help your business to become more profitable, and you can actually use this to generate sales. So let's say, for example, you are selling books for children. So the primary purpose of your business is to sell books that help children, maybe with their educational needs. So a lot of people think that their product is the only way they can serve their customer. And if your product is the only way you can serve your customer, then you're going to struggle to make sales online, quite frankly. It's going to be difficult to be profitable. And you might, if this is you at the moment and you've only got one product, then you might be noticing that you're actually struggling to make consistent sales. And this might be one of the reasons why. So if you really want to make sales online and you want to be profitable, you should have a suite of products, starting with the base products that you offer as a lead magnet, either completely free or underpriced, kind of in relation when you match it up to what else is on the market. So if you're selling books that educate children, then a great lead magnet could be maybe like a step-by-step guide on how to read, for example. So that's something that parents can come to your website and download for free. Maybe they can utilize that guide when they're teaching their children. This is a great time for this as well, at the moment where most people are on lockdown. So if you're providing a service, a product or a service that's normally offline, see if you can kind of use this time, this kind of crazy time that we're in, to create online materials, and see if you can actually transform what you're doing offline and turn it into something that you can actually do online. So again, going back to the lead magnet, you want to make sure that your lead magnet is relevant to whatever the final product is that you're trying to sell. So again, going back to my example, if you are kind of trying to provide books for young people to help them to learn, then your lead magnet could be something that helps them to read. So you want to create what's known as an opt-in page. An opt-in page, I've done loads of videos on this channel on opt-in pages. But so you want to make sure that your opt-in page kind of asks for your website visitor's name and email address, and then you can give them that free guide. Now, I want to speak a little bit more about what you give away for free, because what you give away for free can actually lead to a sale without you even sending any emails. So your lead magnet, your free guide that helps children to read, or whatever your lead magnet might be, you can actually, like within that guide, pre-sell whatever your upsell is. So whatever your actual product is, whatever your actual service is, then that guide itself can link to it. If it's a PDF that people download to their computer, then you can link to your paid products. You can tell people about your paid products within your lead magnet. So if you guys have any questions, I want to answer questions that are specific to your lead magnets as well. So if you're kind of wondering, wait, what lead magnet could I have for my business? Then let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section, and I'll try and get to as many questions as possible. I'm seeing in the chat, Ollie Thorpe. Ollie is always here, man. That's a reminder. If you're not subscribed to Ollie Thorpe, make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to Ollie. He's got some great advice on how you can actually generate sales online as well. He's got some really great vlogs as well. Rohan from my secondary school. Good to see you, Rohan. Good hairstyle. Oh, thank you. Someone said good hairstyle. That's all good. So yeah, I want to kind of break this down a little bit more. So let's get back into, so making sales online, you want to make sure that you're driving leads. So what software should you use to drive your leads? So I use a software called Aweber. Aweber is an email marketing software. You can also utilize services such as Mailchimp. Now, Mailchimp is free, and that's why a lot of you guys use Mailchimp. So I've kind of had a lot of one-to-ones with you guys of recent, and a lot of you guys email me as well. And a lot of you guys are using Mailchimp, and I think it's because it's free. And don't get me wrong, Mailchimp is a great It's a great platform. It's a great email marketing software. But I feel like because it's free, a lot of people sign up for Mailchimp and they don't actually utilize it to its fullest potential. So if you are using Mailchimp, make sure you're actually utilizing it. Make sure you're actively trying to grow your email list. Make sure you're actively creating landing pages and driving people to those landing pages and driving new leads using your lead magnet. Now, I also want to speak about your website as a whole. So when you start your website for your business, a lot of entrepreneurs make the mistake of spending a ton of time just creating a website. A ton of time and a ton of money goes into creating a website, and they might have like maybe a little kind of floating bar that says sign up for updates, and maybe they connect that to Aweber or to Mailchimp. Now, that's not good enough. If you're a business, you're in business to make money, you're in business to make sales. You're not just in business to make good looking websites. If you actually want to make sure that your website is driving sales, then you want to make sure you have an enticing offer, something that entices people to leave their name and email address, not just something that says sign up for updates. So if you're watching this now and your website has a sign up for updates box that people can enter their name and email address, I want you to change that to your lead magnet. So whatever lead magnet is useful to you, whatever lead magnet you can give away for free, you want to make sure that you're utilizing that lead magnet on your website. Now, I want to speak about one of the most important pages on your website. That's your home page. If you get your home page wrong, then that could cost you a lot of sales. That could cost you a lot of leads, and it can cost you a lot of sales. So one of the terms we use in marketing is above the fold. Now, this term comes from like newspapers, basically. I know we're living in the 2020. No one uses newspapers anymore. But when I was growing up, Rohan, hopefully he's on this chat as well. He went to my school. We used to use newspapers. Like people used to hand out newspapers, especially when you're coming out of the train station, and they will hand it out to you and it will be folded. So what you see before you kind of like unravel the newspaper, that's called above the fold. So the newspaper would always try their best to make sure that they can capture your attention. They can capture the person's attention so that they want to read more, and they get invested in that newspaper, and then they want to like read that newspaper on a daily basis. This is the same for your website. So when someone comes to your website, what do they see initially? What's the first thing they see on your homepage initially? Is it going to captivate them? Don't worry about the fancy designs. Don't worry about the fancy fonts. Don't worry about fancy images. You need to make a bold statement on your homepage. If you go to my website after this live stream, DeyTips.com, DeyTips.com, you will see what I have on my website. I have download the formula, which is my free giveaway, which is always behind me. And it's basically telling people, look, download this formula, enter your name, enter your email address, download the formula, and you can actually, it can really help your business. So whatever your lead magnet is, make sure that it's enticing. Make sure that it's something that gets people gripped. Make sure that it's something that you put on your homepage above the fold, so people don't have to scroll. As soon as they hit your website, they're like, yes, this is a guide that's going to help me teach my young person how to read. I'm downloading that before they even go off onto another web page, or before they click off of your website and go and do something else. Cool. They've downloaded that. You now have their name and email address. Now, one of the things I want to speak to you about, specifically about Mailchimp, Aweber, ConvertKit, any of these email marketing softwares that you might be utilizing, is the page that you land on, the thank you page. So once someone enters their name, once someone enters their email address and they click submit, they go to a default landing page if you don't change this. So once they hit submit, it just takes them to a normal page that says thank you for signing up. Please go and check your emails, or something along those lines. Now, you want to go into your email marketing software. Again, whatever email marketing software you're using. If you're not using one, I recommend Aweber. The alternative to that is Mailchimp, which is free to start. But you want to go into the back end of your Aweber, of your Mailchimp. I'm going to be doing tutorials on my YouTube channel on how you can do these technical stuff. But I want you to kind of understand the theory behind it so that when you're implementing it for your business, you kind of understand and you know why we're doing this and you know why it's so important. So that thank you page is super important. So you want to create your own landing page so you can actually dictate to your email marketing software what page someone goes to after they enter their name and email address. Now, this is super important because this is where the sales happen. This is where you make that money. This is where you make the sales online, and you can send them to an upsell page. So you can create a separate page that's an upsell with your products. So again, our example in this video is if you're selling books for young people who need to learn or who are trying to learn, your lead magnet is a free guide to help them to read, and then their parents enter their name and email address to get the free guide, and then boom, they're taken straight to your sales page or an upsell page that says, hey, you've got the free guide. Would you also like to buy this book? Because with this book, you can use the free guide to actually help and facilitate your young person or your child reading. This is super important because it's called your sales funnel. Again, I've got loads of videos on this channel about the sales process, the sales funnel. Most entrepreneurs have a product or they have a service, but they have no idea about the funnel, the process that it takes to get someone from just being a casual visitor on your website or someone who doesn't even know you. Maybe they don't even know you yet. How do you get someone who doesn't even know you? They don't know you. They don't know your company. They don't know your website. How do you get that person to trust you enough to use their credit card on your website? This is why the sales funnel is so important. This is why you guys have to invest in learning about the sales process and the sales funnel. So that's the first thing. So you want to make sure you have an email marketing software. That's number one. If you don't have that, you need to sort that out as soon as this live stream is done. You need to sort that out. Aweber gives you, I think it's 30 days free. So go to Aweber, make sure you sort that out, or go to Mailchimp, make sure you sort that out. And then once you have that, you want to go and you want to create your upsell page. Make sure you sort that out. It should be some sort of sales thing that you have on your upsell page to entice people to actually buy whatever it is you're buying. But here's the beautiful thing. Here is the amazing, beautiful thing that I really want you guys to learn and to understand. I can see you guys' comments, and I'm going to be going through them in a second. But here's the thing that I really want you guys to understand the beauty here. Like I mentioned earlier in this stream, not everybody who visits your website for the very first time is going to become a customer the very first time they see your product or service. Now, these are things that I say often. If you're someone who's watched my videos and you watch them often, these are things that I say often. Now, why is that so important? It's important because, number one, let's say a person comes to your website and they download your free guide. They download your lead magnet. So they've come across your website for the first time. So that's one touch point. One touch point. So they're now not a cold customer because they've seen your branding, they've seen your website, so they know you at least. That's one touch point that they have. Now, they enter their name and their email address, they go to your upsell page. Now they've seen your product, they've seen your offering, and they might not buy. Not everybody's going to buy. But that's okay because now you have their email address. Well, what can you do with their email address? Well, their email gets sent straight to your autoresponder. So if you're using Aweber, Mailchimp, whatever email marketing software you're using, their email, their name and email, well, if you're collecting names as well, then their name and email address goes straight to your email marketing software. Now, once you accumulate enough leads, you can actually start sending them emails that market and promote your business and bring them closer towards making a buying decision. So every email you send should bring someone closer to making a buying decision. So this is how you should see your email list. So let's say that let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is someone who is ready to buy. They're ready to buy your product or the service, or they're ready to invest in your service. And 1 is someone who is just not ready to buy at all. How do you get someone from being a 1 to a 10? And this is something that you really need to focus on with your business, because it's all about lead cultivation. It's about cultivating your potential website customers, turning someone from a skeptical person. There's so many people who are skeptical about what I do. There's so many people who are skeptical about making purchases from my website. Everybody is skeptical at first. You know, when you walk into a store, maybe let's say you're going to buy a new electronic thing, like let's say it's a tablet you're trying to buy, and you know nothing about tablets. You walk into the Apple store, you're skeptical at first because you're like, okay, what do I buy? The salesperson comes up to you and he's trying to sell you something, and you're like, wait, is he trying to sell me this because he's trying to just get a bonus, or is this actually really good? And this is people as well who come to your website. People are skeptical. So when you're sending emails to your email list, you want to make sure that your emails are bringing people closer towards that 10, bringing people closer towards making that buying decision. So how do you do that? How do you formulate emails that bring people closer to making a buying decision? Well, you want to kind of create emails that do a mixture of things. They should educate or entertain. So it really depends on what product or service you're offering. If you're offering, for example, let's say you're a DJ and you're promoting your DJ services, maybe you might want to send emails that are entertaining because you're trying to entertain someone. You're trying to get them in your kind of ecosystem so that they know when they're ready to have a party, then they're going to hire you as a DJ. If, for example, you are that person who is selling educational material to young people, then you want to make sure that your emails are educational. And you have to think about your customer and your consumer. This is going back to basic marketing, really basic marketing. So your customer is the person who buys your product. Your consumer is the person who consumes or uses your product. Why are these two so important? Because you need to understand, is your customer also your consumer? So if you are selling products that help to educate children, chances are your customer is going to be adults or parents, and your consumer is going to be children. So you need to make sure that your marketing meets the needs of your customer, which is parents, and your product meets the needs of your consumer, which is children. If you can do these two things, then this is really going to help you to market and promote your business. So how do you make sure that your product is marketable to your customer? So again, going back to my example of if you're selling children's books, obviously your customer will be parents. So you want to make sure that within your marketing messages, within your emails, within your marketing messages, you're touching on things that are important to parents. What kind of things are important to parents? Making sure that their child behaves. Maybe their child is not behaving whilst they're doing their work. Well, you can send an email, 5 tips to help your child to not fidget or to not get frustrated whilst they're doing their work. And then you share that email. Those are your 5 tips. Maybe you have a specific book that you can recommend within that email as well. So someone might read that email, see your 5 tips and be like, oh, these guys have an educational book as well. Let me go to their website. And again, they click to your website because they've seen your email. They've clicked on your website. Now they've come to your website for what? A second time. That is the second touch point. Not only have they come to your website to download your free guide, but they've also come to your website now to see this product that you had advertised in your email, or you might not even send them to a product. Maybe you send them to a blog article. So maybe you send them to an article that you've written on your website about the 5 ways to help your child to learn better without fidgeting or whatnot. They come to your website. That's the second time they've seen your business. That's the second touch point. Now, this is one of the reasons why having leads is super important and not just focusing on the hard sell, because even if someone does come to your website and they buy the very first time, most people don't have any kind of strategy to get that customer back. Those customers are the most important people to you because they've bought. So chances are, if they've bought once, they will probably buy again. I say this in a lot of my videos and when I'm giving talks. I always mention Amazon because Amazon do this extremely well. They are super good at retaining customers, and you should be obsessed with customer retention. How many times have you bought from Amazon? Now, you might not be someone who buys from Amazon. Leave it in the chat or in the comments. I actually want you guys to tell me how much you guys have buy from Amazon. Do you only buy once? Do you buy multiple times? I know for me personally, every Christmas and every birthday, I buy on Amazon. Why? Because I'm a customer. I'm not just someone who purchased once. And Amazon have my data. Amazon have my email address. They can send me emails and let me know when they have special offers. They can let me know when I've bought a product. They can let me know the products that are similar to the products that I bought. They make my shopping experience super convenient and super easy. Someone is saying that they buy on Amazon on a monthly or weekly basis. Now, how beneficial would it be for you if you had people buying from your website on a monthly or a weekly basis? This is the mindset that you guys need to kind of get into, because it's not about making sales online. It's actually about building a customer base. Just making sales is a one-off transaction. Someone comes, they buy, they go, they never come back again. If you're doing customer retention, if you're retaining the email addresses of people who are making purchases on your website, then you're able to build a customer list. You're able to build a list of people who you can email again and again and again, and they buy repeatedly from your website. I hope this really makes sense. And I hope you guys are gaining value from this video. And another thing that I want to point out is whatever email marketing software you're using, most of the really good ones I speak about on this channel. So I speak about Aweber, I speak about Mailchimp. I'm going to be doing more videos on some of the other email marketing softwares as well. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you're not already. And do let me know what email marketing software you're using or you're thinking about using, so I know what videos I need to create so that they're relevant to what you're actually using. But whatever marketing software you're using for your emails, you should be able to connect that to your payment gateway on your website. So let me take a few steps back and explain what that means. So let's say you're taking payment on your website using Stripe. You can connect your Stripe account to your PayPal or Mailchimp account. So that means when someone buys something on your website, they are automatically put onto your email list. Now, this is super important because obviously you're now building a customer list as well. Not only do you have your lead magnet on your website, but you're now also building a customer list of people who have bought from you in the past. Now, one of the things that you can do as well is you can add tags. This is super important. Within Aweber, within Mailchimp, you can add tags. So let's say you have 5 products on your website. Now you can tag people who have bought product number 1. So that means if you're sending an email out to your entire list promoting product number 1, then you don't want people who already have bought product number 1 to receive that email, if that makes sense. So you can set your settings up when you're about to send your email and not send it to the people who have already bought that product. So you're sending specific emails, and this is known as kind of segmentation. So that's when you're segmenting your email list. And this is where it gets really complicated. And I want to touch more on these more complicated aspects of email marketing and how you can utilize it. Now, I did a live stream not too long ago. I think it was 2 days ago. And then someone in the live was saying that they don't want to do email marketing because people don't open their emails. Now, that might be the case. Now, I disagree with that. I've seen huge amounts of success with email marketing. Huge. I'm talking, I've had clients who have had 5-6 figure months using email marketing and some of the tips and strategies that I'm teaching. So it definitely works. But let's say for argument's sake that you don't want to send emails to your list for some bizarre reason. You can actually utilize your email list in other ways as well. If you're doing paid marketing, if you're doing Instagram, if you're doing Facebook, if you're doing YouTube, if you're doing Google ads, then they have an option for you to upload your email list to their platform, and you can advertise only to people who are on your email list. Now, I will kind of stipulate that when you're doing this kind of strategy, it mainly works if you have a list of at least 1,000 people. So you want to build up a list of at least 1,000 leads, and you can upload that to whatever platform you're planning to do paid ads on. And what's the benefit of this? Well, I spoke earlier in this live stream about touch points, and the people who are on your email list have already seen your website. They've already been to your website, but even more than that, they've actually already signed up to your email list. So they are already somewhat committed to your business. So when they see your ad when they're on Facebook, or when they see your ad when they're on Instagram or on YouTube, they are warm customers. They are warm prospects because they've already seen what it is that you have on offer. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. And not only that, but when you upload that list to those platforms, especially Facebook, what Facebook will do is they will find a lookalike audience. So they will find people who look similar, who have similar interests. Because remember, Facebook is a machine. Facebook is a robot. So once you upload that list to Facebook, Facebook will actually kind of find other people on the Facebook platform that are similar to the people who are on your email list. And you have the option to market to those people as well. So if your list is of 1,000 people, Facebook will say, hey, we got 30,000 people who match the description of the 1,000 people that you uploaded to Facebook. Would you like to advertise to those people as well? And obviously you can say yes, because those people are likely to buy if they're similar, if they have similar interest, and if they have similar demographics to the people who have uploaded to Facebook. Then that's a whole different client group that you can then market and promote to. Now, I'm going to be doing more videos on paid marketing. I've done a lot of them. I've done so much of them. So do make sure that after this live stream that you go and you check out some of my paid marketing videos, because those will really help a lot of you guys out. But that's basically the strategy to making sales online. I didn't go through the paid. Leave them in the chat, or if you're watching this after the live, leave them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them in the next live stream that I have. So we have, what CRM system would you recommend, and integrations as well. There's so many CRM systems. Like I mentioned, Aweber is a great email marketing software that you can use. There's ConvertKit. ConvertKit is awesome. Yeah, so those are the two that I would recommend. You if you're kind of just starting out with CRMs, then Aweber is a really great choice, and that's one of the reasons why I really recommend Aweber on my YouTube channel, because it's super intuitive to use. And one of the things I don't want is someone to kind of have a CRM system, have an email marketing system, and it just looks so overwhelming that they just stop doing email marketing. I want you guys to choose one that's intuitive, choose one that's easy to use, and you can utilize that and yeah, start growing your business. I am a hairstylist. What lead magnet do you think will work? Okay, so for a hairstylist, there's two types of lead magnets that you can use. If you are a hairstylist and your aim is to get people like coming into your actual store, then I would just make sure that the clients who do come into your store, who find you on the internet, know exactly where to find you. So I would kind of have a lead magnet that just because local marketing is a lot simpler than like if you was, for example, if you had a hairstyle product. So if you sold some sort of hair cream or something like that, then that's a little bit more tricky to market, and you would really need to think about your lead magnet a lot more then. But you want to, if you're a local store, then you can get people to sign up to know when you're having offers, for example. So maybe a 10% off discount could be a really great lead magnet that people can utilize. Maybe people can get a coupon sent to their email address when they sign up to your lead magnet, so that when they come in store, they can say, hey, look, I signed up to the free offer. Can I get a 10% off my haircut or my hairdo because I signed up? So that could be a really great lead magnet for you. Mailchimp is free to an extent. After a certain amount of subscribers, they now charge for lots of stuff. So yeah, Mailchimp do charge for additional features. One of those features is if you hit a certain amount of subscribers. But this is what I want you guys to really grasp. is once you hit a certain amount of subscribers, you should be making money from those subscribers if you're doing things correctly. You don't need to have 100,000 subscribers to be making a really good income. You don't need that. You can be making a really good income just off of 300 subscribers to your email list if you're implementing some of the principles that I teach on my YouTube channel and on my website. I highly recommend downloading the formula after this live stream. Go to my website, download the formula. So Mailchimp do charge. They also charge if you want to send automated emails. So that's something I didn't really speak about in this particular live stream. But when someone comes into your email list after buying a product or downloading your free giveaway, you can set up automated emails that they receive. So this is one of the ways you can make money while you sleep. I know a lot of make money online gurus talk about making money while you sleep. I don't class myself as a make money online guy. I help entrepreneurs to promote their businesses, but you can actually just send automated emails and make money. Essentially, it's happened for me before in my business. Many a times, you wake up to new sales because the automated emails get sent out to your customers who live in different time zones, and they might be buying at a time when you're not even thinking about your business, and you're able to automate your business in that way. So yeah, if you do want to utilize different aspects of Mailchimp, then you will have to pay a premium. But this is super important. Like, you need to have your database. Your database is super important. If you don't have a database, you don't have a business. So if you are selling, for example, I don't know, let's say you're selling hair products. If you're selling hair products and someone wants to come and acquire your business, or someone wants to come and buy it, what are they actually buying? Are they buying your website that gets no traffic? Are they buying your social media followers on Instagram or Facebook? They're buying your data. Do you have a database of clients? Again, like we mentioned, Amazon, people on this chat were mentioning that they buy on Amazon regularly. If someone wants to come and buy Amazon, they're buying that database of customers who buy regularly. So you want to make sure that you don't have barriers to entry. If you need to pay for your email marketing software, pay for your email marketing software, and make sure that it's actually starting to help you generate income online. What other questions do we have? I've just built one this morning, up to 2,000 subscribers. It's free. That's good to know. Know, like, and trust factor. That's super important as well. So if you've been watching my videos, you will know that you need to build a brand that people know, like, and trust. That's super important. I speak about that in my videos. Don't just be in business for the sake of making money, because it's counterintuitive. And I know that we want to be in business to make money, but as entrepreneurs, we are not here to make money. And some of entrepreneurs will disagree with this, but as entrepreneurs and business people, we are here to serve. We're here to meet a need. That's what we do. We don't make money. We meet a need that somebody has. If someone is struggling to walk because they've just had, maybe they just had major surgery and they're struggling to walk, you can meet that need by creating a wheelchair that is super effective for them. And as a result of you providing something valuable that meets a need, you can then make money. And if your product is valuable, then that's how you build a long-term business. These are things that I speak about on my channel. Don't just think about the short-term sell. Think about the longevity of your business. Think about generational wealth. Who is going to inherit this business? Are you going to be able to sell this business in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Is this something that you're proud of? So it's not just about making money online. It's about actually meeting a need. It's about actually, providing a product or a service. And this is one of the reasons, I've mentioned it in my other live stream, this is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily advocate drop shipping. Not that it's bad. I'm not saying that you can't make money from it. I'm not saying that you can't sell great products. And there's some great entrepreneurs who I know who do drop shipping, and maybe one day I'll have them on my channel. But I think it's super important that you're selling products that you're passionate about, that you're in a niche that you're passionate about. If you're passionate about children and young people and you're selling books that educate children and young people, what better way to make money? You're making money by changing lives and educating young people. My passion is entrepreneurs. I enjoy helping people who have an idea for a business, but they just don't know how to get that idea out there. That's what I'm passionate about. That's why I create the videos that I create. That's why I put the content out that I put out. What other questions are there? Mailchimp for years now, they changed a lot. Yes, to tags. They lessened the amount of tags on Mailchimp. They charge more for things. I think those are all of the questions. I made hair care guide for lead. A hair care guide could be a really good lead. I think when it comes to lead magnets, this is the last thing I'll say on this. When it comes to creating your lead magnet, you always want to think about your end user and what's going to bring them the most amount of value. So who comes into your hair salon? Who is there? Can you speak to them? Like, have conversations with them, ask them questions, get to know them. One of the things I say again and again and again on my channel, if you've been watching my videos, you will know, but the better you know your customer, the better you know and understand your customer, the easier it is for you to sell to them. So you want to make sure that you understand them. You want to make sure that you know them. You want to make sure that their needs, wants, and desires, you know what they are, so that you can meet those needs and you can answer those needs in your products, in your service, and in your lead magnet. So it's super important for you to make sure you're understanding your target customer. So that's it for today's live. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined me live. I'm going to be doing loads more lives. I'm going to be doing a lot. I'm going to be live a lot. So if you want to catch me live and you don't want to miss it, make sure you go to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification button as well, so you get notified when I'm live. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at DeyTips. That's DeyTips. So make sure you go and follow me on that Instagram, so you will see me when I'm live. I'm going to post it on there as well, so you guys get notified when I'm going live, and you kind of know my schedule and what's going on. So if you are enjoying these lives, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on click the bell notification here on YouTube, so you don't miss when I do go live. And if you have any questions, if you're watching this after the fact and you didn't join us live, absolutely fine. Ask me some questions in the comment section, and I'll have a segment in my next live. For those of you who've asked questions, I'll have a segment where I answer some of those questions. So yeah, do make sure you leave your comments, make sure you subscribe, and until next time, make sure you're staying safe, especially during this epidemic. And I'm wishing you guys all of the best. Have a great evening or morning or afternoon, depending on wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you soon, guys.